Republican lawmakers turned the table on the FBI director today, grilling him for nearly 5 hours over the Hillary Clinton email investigation.
Lying under oath is a crime, is it not?
Yes.
That's considered perjury, right?
Perjury, it's a felony. I forget the exact, it's potentially years in prison.
It seems to a lot of us that the average Joe, the average American, that if they had done what you laid out in your statement, that they'd be in handcuffs.
Secretary Clinton said, I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
Now, there was classified material emailed. Well, certainly she should have known not to send classified information. As I said, that's the definition of negligent. I think she was extremely careless. I think she was negligent. That I could establish. What we can't establish is that she acted with the necessary criminal intent.
What does it take for someone to misuse classified information and get in trouble for it?
That's just not fair. That would be treating somebody differently because of their celebrity status.
Did Hillary Clinton do anything wrong?
And what do you mean by wrong?
I think it's self-evident.
Are you implying in that statement that the private email servers of Secretary Clinton's were perhaps less secure than a Gmail account?
Yes.
If the next president of the United States does the exact same thing on the day he or she is sworn into office, there'll be no criminal charges.
They're not for the FBI to answer. We should aspire to be apolitical. I don't think that our investigation established that she was actually particularly sophisticated with respect to classified information and the levels and the treatment. And so far as we can tell,
isn't she an original classification authority, though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good grief.
Email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material.
Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails either sent or received. Was that true?
That's not true. There were a small number of portion markings on, I think, 3 of the documents.
Secretary Clinton said, I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
Now, there was classified material emailed.
Secretary Clinton said she used just one device. Was that true?
She used multiple devices during the 4 years of her term as Secretary of State.
Secretary Clinton said all work-related emails were returned to the State Department. Was that true?
No, we found work-related emails, thousands, that were not returned. Well, certainly she should have known not to send classified information. As I said, that's the definition of negligent. I think she was extremely careless. I think she was negligent. That I could establish. What we can't establish is that she acted with the necessary criminal intent.
I think Comey had a relatively good day. He looks like an honest guy. He didn't look like he was hiding anything. But he couldn't get over the logical problem of he laid out all the requirements for gross negligence, and then he says at the end, but that requires criminal intent. That's nowhere in the statute. In fact, the statute says that you committed a felony either if it was intentional or if it was the result of gross negligence. Either or. You don't need intention. He never got over that, and my interpretation is he was looking for a way to avoid indicting her. That would have changed the course of American political history. She would have been out of the race. The entire campaign would have been unended. And to me, it's a bit like, and I've spoken about this before, Chief Justice Roberts in deciding on Obamacare, he found the most tortured way to avoid overturning it, even though I think his investigation showed, or his analysis would have led you to overturn it, because he didn't want to intrude into American history overturning legislation so momentous. I think Comey did not want to be remembered as a guy who changed the course of American political history. The ultimate effect on her is she escaped the death penalty, but the damage to her is huge. It's one thing for Republicans to insist she's a liar. It's another to have what you just showed, the quotations, the words from the mouth of the director of the FBI of how many times she told untruths. That's ineradicable, and it's going to be all over the airwaves for the next 4 months.
This has been a Sunfish production.